She stopped at a light and saw him walking in that field behind the Lost River Drive-In. Julie said he was so creepy.
Ta-da! Here I am, live and in stereo, live and in color. Unless some of you guys are watching in black and white, is that even an option? Like, are you able to do that? I wonder if you're able to do that. What's going on, everybody? How we doing this evening? I got my Fiji, and I got my Mountain Dew Voltage. You know, the pinnacle of health over here. That's me. We've got some stuff to talk about this evening. It has been a little bit since I've gone live. It's been over a month, I think. So we are here. Darkwing Dave, what's up? Ryan, Tony, Greg, Lamontre, Dave Vanderhoff, MK Vine, Sean Sheridan. Strollin Nolan is a new channel member. Thank you, Strollin Nolan. Quentin, Ali, Jay Diamond, Scared Straight, what's up? Byron, what's up? Tony Movie. Ooh, let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss out on anybody. Punk Ron, what's up? Far from Blake. Rolling with Kevin. Tony. Dylan, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? All right, what's up? How we doing? It is Thursday Night Live, and this was impromptu. I had told you guys I was going to do a live at some point this week. I got caught at work a little bit later last night, and by the time I got home, I was exhausted yesterday. I crashed face down on my couch until like 9:30 at night, and I woke up, and I was like, no. And so I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. So we're gonna chat, we're gonna answer questions, I'm gonna address the controversy of last week. It'll be exciting. The controversy on YouTube. Something was brought to my attention. So Chris, what's up, man? Just got my 15 disc set. Hell yeah. What piece of physical media do you recommend I grab next? Oh man. Halloween 30th anniversary commemorative set is gorgeous. The Halloween trilogy blockbuster exclusive VHS set is gorgeous. The Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 tin cans are gorgeous. I could keep going, but it should be one of those. I think. But yeah, so hey, thanks, Rolling with Kevin. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a big Halloween 5 fan. And, so if you're newer to my channel and you stumble across that, you probably are like, I found someone like me. And that's kind of how I've been for a really long time when I find H5 fans, because I'm like, you're not alone. Like, come on in. I still sell on my Teespring. I think it's Teespring or TeePublic. I think it's Teespring. Team Tina shirts, which I actually sold a couple of those when I first rolled that out like 2 or 3 years ago. So shout out to all my Team Tina stands. So if you're Team Tina, I'm glad to hear it. Am I going to get the imprint set? Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the thing about the imprint set. I think that it's ridiculously priced. Is it absolutely beautiful? Yes. Is it ridiculously priced? Also, yes. It really just depends on how the channel continues to do, because I actually just recorded and I actually just finished editing my Halloween 4 physical media video that will drop tomorrow. And I actually say at one point in that, like, well, with how the channel's been going lately, I might finally be able to get that Japanese Halloween 4 Laserdisc. So, it just depends. Like, if things keep trending in the positive direction for my channel and whatnot, and it's because it's no secret, guys, like YouTube is definitely some secondary income for me right now, and necessary secondary income. So if it keeps going at that rate, oh yeah, we're doing it. Jay Diamond, I pre-ordered 2 and 3. I didn't pre-order the first one because I got to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of the artwork on 1. Like, I just wasn't. But you know me, I'll probably end up getting it. Damn it. What's up, James? Do I like the Hills Have Eyes remake? Yeah. Okay. So here's the question for y'all. I almost did this as a poll on my community chat, in my community tab, but I see the comment. What do you guys think? Do I keep the facial hair or no? Because I actually had a comment on a video the other day on the Halloween H2O. What went wrong with Halloween H2O video? I think someone said, bro, the goatee ain't it. I was like, thanks, bro. It's itchy. It's itchy. I won't lie. I need to get some like beard oil or something, but I don't know. It also makes me look like 5 to 10 years older. Mark's telling me to grow a longer beard. Oh my goodness. Keep the facial hair. All right. Oh, you're going to meet Don Shanks. Nice. Don is great. I talked about that in my 5 video. I think he's a little, I don't know if he was miscast in 5 because he just doesn't at all look like any Michael up to that point, but he did good. Okay. He did good for what he was asked to do. Hey, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Mark's teasing something over on his socials about something to do with Halloween 4. I don't know. I don't want to speak it. I don't want to speak too soon, Mark, but I'm excited. Hey, what's going on? Wait, I'm getting tripped up. I got multiple Marks in here. Saturn Video Mark, what's good? What's good, brother? Saturn Video over here. He's telling me that he's going to send me what is it? Jacob's Ladder, the 4K. And guys, guess what? I've never seen it. I've never seen Jacob's Ladder. I know, right? Crazy. So many of you are probably like, dude, what is wrong with you? Hey, I know Jay Diamond, but I'm just curious, have I met Danielle Harris? No, but Lord knows I want to. I don't know. My biggest Halloween crush, it's hard. When I was a teenager, it was Kathleen Kenmont, and it wasn't even close for 2 very obvious reasons. Now I would say ever since like 2010, 2011, it's been Scout Taylor Compton. Scout wow. When she got married, I was really disappointed. I'm just going to say that. Not like I ever had a chance, but whatever. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. What's up, Ethan? I don't want to miss this super chat. Let me pull it up. Chris with a $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Chris says, thanks for the recommendation. I've been needing to add some VHSs to the collection. About to pop Season of the Witch in the Blu-ray player now. Keep up the awesome content. Hey, no need to thank me, brother. First of all, I'm happy to give you the recommendation, but honestly, I don't know if you want my recommendation because once you guys see I'm going to talk about that in a minute, some of the stuff I have coming in October. When you see the full Halloween collection video, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy has spent way too much money. And like, yes, I have, but it's been over like 20 years. So it wasn't all at once. But yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if you want my advice because I might steer you wrong. And I might be like, oh yeah, go buy this. And next thing you know, I don't know if you're married or you have kids or anything, but next thing you know, your spouse is like, what the hell? And it's like, well, this guy on YouTube, man, he said I really needed this. But thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Sean, been a member for 14 months. That's right, Sean, my dude. We don't always agree, but I love you, Sean. Halloween 3 route or direct sequel for the next film? I mean, you know me. I'd say let's let Michael sleep some more, okay? And I want to build off Halloween 3. I really do. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, Nurse Karen. Oh man, Jay Diamond, Pamela Susan Shoop, back in the 80s, buddy. Whew. Man, takes me back to when I was a kid and I saw those things. It's legendary. Young Nick was never the same. Hey, well, I'm glad I haven't steered you wrong yet, Chris. I really, really am. I don't have any of the clown masks because there's one that's at Spirit like every other year or so, and I believe it's the zombie one. I've seen the zombie one there, and I think I've seen one that looks eerily similar to the OG, but I just feel like they're cheap. Like, I don't know. You guys, if you're not familiar with my channel, like some of you guys in here, like Mark and Stefan and other people, they've been around for a while. So like they know Nick's not really a mask guy. It's not that I'm opposed to him. It's just really hard for me to pull the trigger on something that's like $80 to $100 when I'm not going to wear it. You know what I mean? Like it's just going to get mounted. So we'll see. No, little Nick was never the same. What up, Phantom Video? All right, guys. So we got to get this just right out in the open because I put this in the title and some people were like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Haters. I put it in the title, obviously, to be grabby, like, because it's like funny, like, oh, but Yeah, I actually did get a little bit of a I don't even want to say, I was going to say good-natured ribbing, but somebody was going to be like, "Ooh, no." But yeah, somebody did, somebody bigger than me definitely had some things to say about me. I think it was on Friday. I got messaged by a couple people. For all of you guys watching, if you don't know, Fridays and Saturdays, I work all day from like 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I leave my house at like 8 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and I get home at like 9 p.m. So if I haven't gotten back to like a message or a comment on those days, it's because I'm at work and I'm probably in misery. So, but I got off work Friday night and I got home and I saw some like DMs on Instagram and people were like, dude, you got to check this out. Like this person said some stuff about you. And I'm like, what? I don't even know who this is. And I told myself I wasn't going to platform it, but like, whatever, I will. I don't care. He's probably going to watch this or somebody's going to send it to him. His name is the channel name is the House of Masks, and he has like almost 200K subs, so he's a pretty big channel. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him, especially if you're a mask collector. I had never heard of him, but that's again, I'm not really in the realm of masks. That's never been my thing. I just said that. So, he was talking about how he was in the Halloween spirit, and by the way, he had a great intro to his video. Like he did this homage to Halloween 4 at the intro of his video. And which was great. And I guess he lives in Ohio as well. We both live in Ohio. So, maybe we'll be buddies and we'll meet up sometime. He said like, I don't know if I'm in the Halloween spirit because like there's that fall smell or whatever in the air. He said something like that. Or if it's because I've been binge watching the Lost River Drive-Ins videos. And he like showed my channel and he was like, I don't know what it is, but like, there's something about, like, he said something along the lines of like he doesn't like me, like there's something about me he doesn't like. He was like, I've been hate watching his videos, but then he kind of like turned it around and was like, but like he seems like a good guy, so like if that's your thing, I don't know, check him out. So I was kind of like, what, like what does that even mean? Like it starts as like it's like a backhanded compliment almost, it's kind of like, yeah, there's something off about this guy, which duh, I could have told you that. But and I hate watch his stuff, but go check him out. So I don't know. But that's the thing too, is like I commented on the video and I was just like, why on earth would you hate me? I was like, is it because of my shitty opinions? Like I was just kidding and having fun. And he ignored my comment entirely. He replied to everybody else or hearted everybody else, and he ignored my comment. You guys can go to his video right now and see my comment is the one that got ignored. So, I mean, it's fine, whatever. Maybe he didn't think that I would get wind of it. I don't know. I'm not mad. Like, it was just kind of like, hey, did I do something to you? Like, my bad, dog. But that's the thing, Stefan. Like, that's what I'm thinking, is that he doesn't like some of my takes. And you guys know how I am with my takes. I stand 10 toes down, and I know that bothers some people. Like, I know that bothers some people. And it's, but that's my takes, man. That's one thing you'll learn about me if you're not familiar, is that I do not back off of my convictions, like whatsoever. How I feel about something is how I feel about it. I'm not making you feel that way. But how I feel about it is how I feel about it. And you ain't going to change it. Guys, we got 98 people in here. We better get those likes to reflect the number of people in this stream. Okay? If you guys are sitting here right now and you're listening to me ramble, you need to, bam, like it right now. It's going to take you half a second, or don't like it. That can be your way. House of Masks, don't like it, because you only hate watch, right? I mean, I saw people saying like, why is he like picking on a channel that's like smaller? Well, I mean, yes, my channel is smaller comparatively, obviously, but over the last month or two, my channel's been growing at a rate right there with like Christians and other people, people that are 40, 50, 60, 70K. I don't know if you guys have been checking, when I upload a video, you'll probably notice the sub count has gone up from like a day, and you're probably like, holy shit. Yeah, my channel is trending really, really well. And it's like a daily increase. So I'm sure that's how he came across me, is because the algorithm has really been putting me out there and getting more eyeballs on me. And that's how he saw me. He's a Halloween fan. Oh, we got 100. We got 100, yo. We got 100. It's Frights. You're one of my favorite horror YouTubers. Nah, I'm just a guy. Okay. But I appreciate that. Gory, what's going on, brother? Ryan, my videos rock. Hey, that Halloween content. Yes. But see, here's the thing. And I was talking to Christian about this. If anyone thinks that I do research like at all, like with other people's videos before I make my own, you got another thing coming. Like I don't pay attention to what other people do. Some of these videos that I'm in the process of doing, Christian did like 2 years ago. Like it's not at all about like hopping on a train. You know what I mean? It's just like, I guess I'm just now getting to some of these things, which is fine. And YouTube is oversaturated as hell. So like, the thing about that is everybody has done this. The difference is, and I don't know if you guys can notice this in my videos, I try to pick like little things about the movie or the release I'm talking about that is different, or I go on a little bit of a different tangent, or I handle it a different way. So it's not so vanilla, so not so like cookie cutter. And I think the proof is in the pudding there. When I get, 100, 200 subs a day, that's telling me that like that's working. Like it's not this bland, regurgitated crap that people have seen done time and time again. But yeah, no. So I try really, really hard to try to separate myself from a lot of that. But dude, I'm not watching other people's stuff to get ideas. Never have been. They all did this shit years ago. Okay. If I wanted to jump on a train, I would have jumped on the train back then. Okay. So, but it's also too, it's like, look, that's for me, this is my wheelhouse. This is my life. Halloween has been my life for 20 years, the franchise, I mean. So like, I'm not, I'm not doing anything for clicks or for clout and talking about like being disingenuous. You know what I mean? Like, no, if you know me, oh yeah, Halloween is like his baby. And I mean, look around my bed. Halloween posters up all around my bedroom, like surrounding my bed when I sleep at night. So like it's, I don't got to fake it. Some people have done content like this literally just for the attention because they know it sells, but they don't know what they're talking about. And it's really frustrating because I'll watch some of those videos sometimes and I'm like, bro, you got this wrong. You got this fact wrong. And it's fine to a degree. It's okay to have a flub every now and then. But I don't know. So as soon as I heard him say Halloween 2 was a masterpiece, that's right. I did. Hey, Jeremy, you can hit me up, brother. DM me. Although, by the way, guys, I don't know if you've noticed as well, as the channel has been growing, I've been bad about getting back to DMs. So I'm doing my best sometimes. If you catch me at a good time when I'm on Instagram and it comes across the top, I usually open it. But if not, it's difficult sometimes. I don't know how people with like 100 and 200,000 subs do it. I genuinely don't. Hey, Bat Freeze, I'm making you come around to 5 and 6. That's really cool because those are some of my favorite Halloween movies. And I'll never say objectively they're some of the best. I can't say that. But there's a lot of really good shit in them. Like there really, really is. And I don't think that people pay enough attention to that sometimes. I think they want to focus on the bad with those movies. And like, I get it, especially when you're holding it to the original Halloween. Like, yeah, no shit. Like most pales in comparison to that. But there's some really, really good stuff in that. So I'm glad to hear that, man. I really, really am. By the way, what's up, Fachi? I see you, brother. Is there any rhyme or reason to the UNITA episodes? Christian just takes forever. Love him to death, but he takes forever. Although the last one I think only took 2 or 3 days. He goes on my StreamYard and rips the video file into audio. He converts it to audio and then he uploads it to Spotify. And I know that because the other day he texted me and was like, hey, I need to log into your StreamYard. What's your StreamYard stuff again? And I was like, oh. So I knew he was doing Spotify. But yeah. Yeah, you know, Uncle Dad, I'm not a fan of that myself. I'm not a fan of that myself. Oh, Tony, my bad, buddy. Been meaning to talk to you about that. Yes, so I'm actually going to. Okay, well, we'll just get into it right now. We'll get into this right now. Um, your channel has been the most watched channel as of recently. Hell yeah, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Are we ever getting the Halloween TV series? As of right now, no. That doesn't mean it won't happen, but as of right now, nothing is happening with that. Is the H410 worth it? 5 is better because, and that's not about like, oh, I like the movie better. 5 has a booklet in it with a bunch of behind the scenes photos on the set, whereas 4 doesn't have anything like that in the 10. So it's still cool to own the 10 to have it. And I showed it in this video that'll be coming out tomorrow. But 5's 10 is better. There's more to it. But I would say yes. Okay, Jay Diamond, everybody's asking me about October. All right, here we go. Tony, Jay Diamond, everybody asking about October. Here we go. So this is the plan for October. Obviously, you guys know I have been on a, I've been on a roll lately about Halloween. That's, like I said, my baby, my wheelhouse, and a bunch of style of videos for the franchise that I'd never done before. So I was like, why have I not done this? Like, if anyone has a right to, I do. So that's what I've been doing right now. You're going to see, hey, thank you, Horror House Online. I appreciate that. And that VHS is rare as hell. Okay, well, I'm getting there, Mark. I'm getting there. All right. So, by the way, 108 people in here. I don't know what the likes are at. Somebody tell me what the likes are at right now, okay? Because I feel like I'm going to be disappointed, and I don't want to be disappointed. In October, I am going to do another revisited video for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. The reason I'm going to do that is because you guys know I love that movie more than anything. And on top of that, there are a lot of new people on my channel that probably have never seen me do a deep dive video on that. 69, nice. And so I'm going to do another one on that. I like to revisit that movie every couple years in video form. I'm going to do it again this year. I am going to do my complete Halloween collection. Now, for the first time ever, what up, Drum Dums? My boy, Lee, up in this biznatch. How's it going? I know. I don't know how I'm feeling about, the facial hair, Lee, but if you like it, at the end of the day, I'm trying to do it for you, Lee. So this is going to be the first time ever in a Halloween collection video for myself where I'm going to show you guys everything. I'm talking t-shirts, posters, little trinkets, magnets, literally everything. I've never done that before. Why? Because it's probably going to be like an hour long and I'm going to have to go through a lot of shit to find all of that. But it's time. It's time. It's time for me to do it. It is time for me to show you guys literally everything that I own pertaining to the Halloween franchise. So that is another thing I'm going to be doing in October. Then it's ironic as we're talking about this, I am going to deep dive into Child's Play. I love Child's Play. I have always loved Child's Play. Mark and I have talked about Child's Play ad nauseum over the years. Huge fan of Child's Play. Duh. And I've never really covered those movies in depth on my channel. So I'm going to dive into Child's Play. Now, in order to make this more unique, it's not going to be like here's a Child's Play review. Here's a Child's Play 2 review. No, everybody's done that. I'm going to try to find, and I've got ideas percolating in my head, of how to go about it a little bit of a different way, a little more unique way. So it's not just like solely listed as a review. And I'll find a way. Don't worry. So I'm going to be doing that. Then also in October, I can tell you that I am going to be doing a stream on Piz Owl's channel. We don't know the day yet. Piz reached out to me a couple days ago, asked me if I wanted to come on in October. And I said, sure. So me and Christian are going to be on over there. We're going to be doing 2 Unitas. One of them is going to be live. We will be doing a live Unita. And obviously, as you guys know, every other week I do Hit the Bricks over on Drum Dum's channel, Lee McCoy. Most of you guys know Lee. So obviously that will continue as well. I am going to do a Halloween kind of like party stream type thing. probably the weekend before Halloween because Halloween's on a Friday night this year. I will be doing that where I'm going to try to get a bunch of people from the community on board. I want to have a big panel and I want to just kind of talk about everything. I mean, nostalgia from the holiday of Halloween, all the movies, you name it. Like, hey, I appreciate that, Jose. I appreciate you, man. Everybody's been telling me that too. They're like, I just found you and I've been binging. You have so much good shit. And I'm like, I can tell because like I'm getting views on stuff that's like 2 years old. And it's like, oh, this video got 6,000 views this week. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's 3 years old. So hell yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. And then what else for October? October, I'm going to do like I will still be uploading like every day. You guys know I do an upload like literally every day. And part of that is you have to stay consistent on here, especially if you know, I've seen the best growth I've ever had over the last 2 months, and that is because I've been consistent. So I'm going to stay consistent. We'll do countdowns. Also, I'm going to do Pod Goblins with Jaden. I totally forgot. Jaden and I are going to be covering. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. So Jaden and I are going to be doing the entire Halloween franchise retrospective for Pod Goblins as one episode in October. We held off on doing that because we're both huge Halloween fans, but we were like, we got to do this in October. That's going to be a long episode. We're going to have some hot takes about every movie in the franchise. I'm excited to do that. I'm also excited to do another episode with Jaden in October about like movies to watch around Halloween, like a list of movies. And I'll do a separate video myself on that as well. What else? Hellraiser. Yes, Hellraiser as well, Jay Diamond. I'm not going to cover the entire franchise, but there are a couple movies I'm going to make videos about in the Hellraiser franchise. And I can already tell you one of them. It is going to be titled Hellraiser Bloodline is Underrated. That's going to be the title of the video. Y'all can just wait till it comes out. Okay. You can wait. You can say what you want about Bloodline. I don't care. You can just wait till that video comes out, because when that video comes out, I'm going to be really, really excited to drop that in October because I absolutely love, I love Bloodline so much. Ethan with a $2 super chat. Did you see the Halloween game announcement? I did. And I'm actually looking forward to it. I heard that it is not going to be like your Dead by Daylights and whatnot, which I still play Dead by Daylight like every night. But by the way, if you guys ever want, to add me on Xbox, my gamer tag is Nebz94, Nebz94. I try to play like every night for an hour or so if I don't have too much editing to do. Last night, not so much because I was editing till like 2 a.m. But what else? Oh, Friday. Yes. Funny you mentioned Friday. One of the episodes that we'll be doing of UNITA in October is, drum roll, Lauren Marie Taylor. Lauren Marie Taylor from Vicky from Friday Part 2 is going to be coming on the UNITA Horror Podcast. We're going to be talking to her about Friday Part 2. We're going to be talking to her about Girls Night Out. We're going to be talking to her about In a Violent Nature because, yes, she was the older woman in the car at the end of In a Violent Nature. She will be on one of the 2 episodes. I don't know if it's going to be the first one in October or the second one. I've been in correspondence with her, and we just have to nail down the exact day with me and Christian. But yes, we're going to have Vicky on, or Lauren, but yeah, excited to do that. I don't have a Facebook page. I deleted Facebook, my personal Facebook, about 1.5 years ago because all it was politics and arguing and drama. And I just felt like it was a cesspool. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I deleted Facebook. But I have an X/Twitter, which is the Lost River DR, I think. Yeah, or Lost River DR1. I have an Instagram, which is the Lost River Drive-In. The best way to keep up with what I'm doing on my day-to-day is my Instagram. That's where I'm most active. Lampkin. Oh, hold on. I got to get these super chats. Okay, let's see. Super chats are pouring in, y'all. Y'all are the best. Lampkin Lane gives me $4.99, says Nick is the GOAT. I appreciate that. I'm not the GOAT. But let me tell you something. Baby GOAT? Like maybe one day I could get there. But I appreciate your super chat. I really do. Thank you. Slim Bones Lego Star Wars channel. By the way, I love Lego Star Wars. I love it. So I could talk to you all day about Lego Star Wars. Gives me a $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Retrospective will be great. Yes. Especially because it's going to be coming from two diehard Halloween fans. And we don't agree on everything. So like, it'll be fun. And if you guys have watched a single episode of Pod Goblins, you know one of the main things you'll see in that show with me and Jaden is that I'm always giving him a hard time. So when he's going to be disagreeing about some of my Halloween takes, he's going to be giving it. He's going to hear it from me. But I'm really excited for that. And thank you, Slimebone. Yes. So Tony, my brain is moving a million miles a minute. So the Ring 2, yes, that is another thing I'm going to be doing. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover that on my channel as well, but I'm going to make that exclusive like days or a week early on Patreon. And then I'm going to do it for Patreon for you. And then if you guys, I'll post a poll or whatever and see if people want me to then upload it later onto my channel. But if not, you'll have it for your consumption. And that's just my way to thank you for being a great supporter of mine. And I appreciate you, buddy. And I appreciate that super chat, truly. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Let's see. Yeah. Make room for that tombstone. Get it out. Hey, I know. Hold up. There it is. Courtesy of Dave Vanderhoff. He makes these great custom tombstones for innumerous channels on YouTube that he is a fan of. And he puts his blood, sweat, and tears into that. And I appreciate that, Dave, more than you know. Truly, truly. Thank you, buddy. CJ Santa with a $5 super chat says, found your channel this week and been binging. H5 is a top 3 for me. Great to hear you love it for similar reasons. Same with ZH2. Keep it up, man. Hey, look at that. Look at that, everyone. When I was a teenager, I was ostracized by the Halloween community because I liked the movies that were bad. And I told myself, one day I'm going to find my community. And here we are. I keep getting people every day saying, I'm a huge fan of 5 as well. I'm a huge fan of Zombies H2 as well. And I'm like, we're here. We've made it. This is the pinnacle. Thank you so much. First of all, I'm glad you found my channel. Second, I'm glad that we agree on that and you don't have to feel alone now. And third, thank you for the super chat. Seriously. Ethan with another $5. Thank you, my friend. Are you going to go through the Friday the 13th retrospective one day? So that is another thing I'm going to tackle in October. Again, I'm not going to overpromise and underdeliver on some of this stuff. Child's Play will be getting the full treatment from me in October. Hellraiser will be getting spotty treatment, like the Bloodline video. I'm going to do a couple videos about that. Friday will be getting spotty treatment as well. I'll do a couple videos. I'm not going to cover every movie in the franchise one by one, but I will be, I'll be sprinkling them in there. So yes. And honestly, guys, I got to tell you, like looking at it where we are. Oh man, look at that. Everybody, if you've been around the channel for a couple years now, you know that this is Phil, aka Producer Phil. Phil used to edit my videos years and years ago. Phil and I have been friends since we were 12, 13 years old. Phil was in my wedding. That didn't work out so well, but hey, Phil was there. Phil's one of my dearest friends. And says, I love seeing all the new faces you're popping off these days, man. Welcome, everyone. It's awesome. We've been building here all these years. Oh, also music collab soon. Hey, I am too. We're actually, Phil and I, we're getting dinner with Kyle. We'll see if Dave shows up. 2 weeks, I think, right, Phil? I can't remember. But thanks for the $10, dude. Seriously, especially in these times, to be able to throw a couple bucks for a super chat, that means a lot, brother. But Phil's been around a long time, y'all. He has watched. It's funny. Phil and I were actually talking about this like a week or two ago. And it's crazy because 2 weeks ago I had just broken 10K and here we are over half or like halfway to 12K now. It's like, I think I'm at like 11,400, something like that. But like 2 weeks ago, Phil and I were talking and I was like, dude, I remember like celebrating 1,000 subs. Like, I remember that was like such a big milestone for me where I felt like I made it. I've got 1,000 people that want to watch my stuff. And no matter the size of your channel, if you're a content creator, you get to 1,000, yeah, you're doing something right. Your stuff is resonating with people and you should remember that, and trust me, take it from me. Um, I shoveled my way through the shit to just keep going. My channel didn't grow like some people's did. It took time. But you know what? I worked my ass off and I applied myself. And once I got to 10, I started to feel a little bit of validation. You know, like I started to feel like, okay, you're doing something right. Like you're definitely doing something right. So it's just been crazy. And yeah, the unmade videos, dude, they're going crazy right now. All the unmade Halloween script videos, those are popping off again. And those are like 2 years old. I think the Halloween Returns one got 10,000 views last week. 10,000 views. It's like 2 years old. I was like, where's this coming from? Yes, Dylan. Oh my God. See, this is what I'm talking about. But there's 31 days in October. I'm going to have time to cover all this. I promise you. And if you guys are, you've been around my channel for any amount of time, especially the last 2 months, I'm going to be pumping content out daily, literally daily. So I'll have time to do it. But yes, I will do a Conjuring Universe ranking. Final thoughts on all of it. Don't you worry. Hey, thank you, CJ Santa. It's me, man. I mean, Phil is in the chat right now. Phil and I have been friends for, God, almost 20 years. Phil can tell you, like, this is me in person. Maybe I'm a little more risque, with my friends, because we're just dumb and immature. But, like, this is me. This is who I am. Tony, again, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Why haven't the announcement of a Poltergeist Legacy sequel instead of that TV show that was in development a while back? I love the first one. The second one is very solid, and the remake was okay. I don't know. I almost wonder if that's a Spielberg thing. And I say that because famously, I don't know if it's ever been like explicitly spoken, but it's almost kind of been at least implicit that like Spielberg won't allow Jaws to be touched so long as he's alive. Now, obviously they remade Poltergeist, but maybe after that remake, look, I wasn't a fan of it. A lot of people weren't a fan of it. So I think that maybe they took a risk, like, okay, let's try to bring it back and see if people care. And they didn't. They did not. I gave it a chance. I was not a fan. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like dog water. It's not Black Christmas 2019. But I was not a fan. I definitely was not a fan. But maybe, I'm sure we'll see something eventually. You know how everything is these days. It's just one after the other, legacy sequel. What's next? Leprechaun. Give me Leprechaun, damn it. Leprechaun. Yes, I am gonna. I always tell it like it is, Phil. You know me. How I'm doing good, SPC. How you doing? Okay. All right. So where are we at? I gave you guys. So October, what to expect? Obviously, of course, Halloween content, because I would not be the Lost River Drive-In without Halloween content. You're going to see some. Just prepare yourself. Get ready for it. Embrace it. Love it. You're going to see some Child's Play content because it's something that I need to cover more of because I love that damn Chuckster. So you're going to see that. Embrace it. Love it. Hellraiser. You're going to see a couple videos of Hellraiser. Embrace it. Love it. You're going to see a couple Friday videos. Embrace that shit. Love it. You're going to get 2 episodes of Unita. 2 episodes of Pod Goblins. You're going to get a live stream the weekend before Halloween where I'm going to bring a bunch of content creators on here. We're going to go wild. You can visit over at Hit the Bricks on Lee's channel, Drum Dums, where we will do 2 episodes in October. I'm going to be doing a live stream with Piz and Christian over on Piz Owl's channel. There's a lot. A lot is in the works here. A lot. So I guess all I'm trying to say, what's up, Lars? How you doing? Is get ready. Get ready. It's going to be fun. Really great working on the Halloween content. Thank you, Brent, for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. And hey, it's easy for me. It's like my son, Halloween. My son wins. Don't worry, guys. I love my son more than Halloween. But Halloween's right there. So it takes little to no effort for me. Little to no effort. Jose, it just depends. I did a new franchise ranking of A Nightmare on Elm Street not even a year ago. I did a revisited series where I think I revisited all but Freddy's Dead, New Nightmare, and Freddy vs. Jason. Or maybe I did revisit Freddy vs. Jason. That wasn't that long ago, so I don't know. I did a revisited of the remake actually a couple months ago, I believe. So I mean, we'll see. I just don't. I always try to go back to the well with some of that stuff, but I try to give it a couple years because my opinions change and you get new viewers that haven't seen that stuff. But listen, I'm just going to tell you guys right now. Anybody that knows me knows Nightmare is my second favorite franchise. So it's not for lack of loving it. It's just I have covered it recently. So I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe if I could think of some unique ideas, but again, there's only 31 days in October, and I am promising a lot, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Damn it. Let's see. Yeah, a stream with I'm gonna. Oh God, I don't know how this. Lord, yes, Justin and I are going to be doing a specifically Halloween franchise themed stream in October. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. He and I both want to do that. That's our bread and butter. We're going to do that as well. So there will be a live. Did I say 30? I said 31 like 5 minutes ago. Maybe I had a brain fart. I don't know. See, Breaker, I've been hearing that recently from a lot of people that have been new to my channel. Like, there's like you have a really good speaking voice. Like, has anybody ever told you that? You should do radio, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, honestly, no. I'm not a fan of my voice. So it's been crazy to hear that. It's been, I don't know. And I've heard it a lot recently, like a lot. So Jay Diamond, I probably will do a watch along of something in October. If you guys can't tell, I don't really do those anymore, simply just because you're sacrificing one thing or the other when you do that. If you do a watch along, you're either sacrificing engaging with your chat because you are locked in on the movie, or you're sacrificing the experience of watching the movie because you're communicating with the chat. Now, obviously, if you have to pick, of course, you sacrifice the experience of the movie to talk to your chat. But then it gets to a point where it's like, well, then what's the point of doing a watch along? Because you're not even really paying attention. You know what I mean? So, but I'll try to do one in October. I will just, to throw it back, old time's sake. I'm noticing people and yes, I have done a couple unmade videos for Nightmare. I definitely have. I did Peter Jackson's. I did the idea. Wes Craven's original idea for Nightmare 3. Yeah, I did a couple of them. So, yeah. If you do a watch along, Halloween 2. But see, when I watch that movie, that's an experience. That's a full body experience. You know what I mean? Like your nipples could cut glass, Like that's how I am when I watch that movie. Which is Phil, what do y'all think of this? Okay. Phil says we need to do an in real life Lost River Drive-In meetup then. Find some field somewhere and show a few movies, bruh. Look, I used to joke and be like, oh, I got a handful of, supporters and whatnot. But it's like when you do get to a point where you're like, damn, 10,000, bro. Like that is a decent amount of people that watch your stuff. I would totally eventually get to, would love to get to a point where we could do a meetup in person where if anybody lives close to me, we meet up and, we watch some movies at a drive-in or project it outside. Lost River Con. Yeah, let me get to like 100,000 subs. Then we can talk about that, Phil. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. But I know there's some of you that live in Ohio. I know there's some of you that live only a state or two away. I'm going to try to make some cons next year. But yeah, I'd love to do a meetup. But also with that, you got to worry because I do have haters. Someone might show up that doesn't like me, which is fine because then I just have like a legion of people that do like me. And then it'd be like, all right, let's go. No, I'm just kidding. We need civil discourse these days. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Matt. Yeah. Phil's going to like that. A meetup. Yeah, Phil, you ready for the meetup, brother? Hell yeah. Oh, ooh. Haters got to pay to get in. Yeah. Allie, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. So happy to see all of your hard work pay off and see good things happen in your life. You deserve it, Nick. Well, it wouldn't be possible without all of you. And obviously a special shout out to you as well, because you guys, if you don't remember when everything was going on with my son, Allie was I think you were only one other person was more charitable than you during that whole legal situation. You went above and beyond, and you've been a good friend, and you've been somebody that I can rely on and somebody that I can talk to about anything with. And none of this would have been possible without you guys. I would have given up, man. I would have quit. I would have been like, I'm done. I don't have the energy for this. I got way too much shit going on. So yeah, make sure to pat yourself on the back every now and then. I ain't patting myself on the back. Okay. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Imagine a hater confronting me for liking Zombies H2. That's probably, no, they would confront me for liking Ends. They would. It would be Ends. They would be like, oh God, son of a bitch, this guy, Corey's boyfriend. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. What's up, Trav? What's up, Joel? What's up, Ben? Damn, Ben, I feel like I don't see you anymore. I feel like you hate me, bro. God, where you been at? I need Ben. Give me the old Ben back. I miss the old Ben. Matt says, rewatch Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2 over the past 2 weekends. Like 2 way more than 1. Although all the dead mom and young Michael stuff. Yeah, see, I'm consistent there, y'all. I don't like Ghost Mom. I don't like Ghost Mom. And I'm never going to like Ghost Mom. But I love that movie to death. Look at that. Look at that. Webmaster GG. These are the comments. These are the comments that make being a small-time content creator worth it. Homie made me understand Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yes. Yes. I have said numerous times, my favorite comments I get on YouTube are when people are like, you know what? You made me see H2 for what it is. Or you maybe not hate it. I'm not saying like you got to be like, I'm in love with it now. But when people are like, I don't hate this thing anymore. I see it. I'm like, you're getting there. I'm making a difference in this world. Rob Zombie, wherever you are, you owe me. Okay? You owe me, bro, Chacho. I have made countless videos about H2. Okay? I have sung its praises since I was a 14-year-old boy. Okay? I have changed minds, hearts and minds on Halloween 2. You owe me, Rob. You owe me. Come on the channel, Rob. We can talk about how you're vegan. No, we wouldn't talk about that. Although I might give you shit for it. Because, come on, dude. Steak's awesome. Let's see. Rolling with Kevin. Did you like Ends? Who wants to tell him? Who wants to tell him in the chat? Does anybody have an answer to that question for Kevin? Huh? I'm not going to answer it. I'm waiting for somebody else to answer in the chat. Yeah. Yes. 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 I love it with a fiery passion that burns deep in my loins. And I don't need to go on a tangent here because I've talked about it a million times, but I'll just say this. I went into that movie super pessimistic. And anybody that had followed my channel up to that point knew I was pessimistic. I was actually very open about that, about how, because I had heard the plot leaks and stuff, and I was like, this can be stupid. Like, this can be dumb. And I walked out of the theater and I said, you son of a bitch. You got me. You got me. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But it is one of those movies that I understand the hate for it. There's some movies where I'm like, I really don't get why this is polarizing. Ends, dude, totally understand. So anytime anybody tells me they hate it, I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude. I'm not going to try to change your mind. I get it. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a little bit different. I do try to change minds with that movie because I feel like some of the reason why a lot of people don't like it is because I feel like they have to view it from a certain lens. There's people that don't like it because they don't think it feels like a Halloween movie in a lot of ways. That's the point. There's people that dislike it because they think it's really nihilistic. That's the point. There's people that don't like it because they feel like Laurie is hateful. Everybody in the movie is hateful, blah, blah, blah. That is entirely the point. So when it comes to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I do try to change hearts and minds with that one. And I have been able to. At least dozens of people, which you might go, oh, that's not much. I mean, it is for a movie that back in 2009 when it came out was getting lambasted. Trust me. I will try to change minds on that. Halloween Ends, though, I can't. And it's funny that Joel, with this $4.99 super chat, I hadn't even read it yet that it was about H2. Wow, that's perfect. Joel, I'm going to get you there. I'm going to get you there. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get you there. But yeah, and Trav, I get it, man. Yeah, I mean, you've heard me talk about, Ghost Mom and all that stuff. It's not for me either. That stuff isn't for me. But I feel like that's a much more truly a Rob Zombie Halloween movie. And I think that was the problem for a lot of people. They wanted a more prototypical Halloween movie, what they had come to know from a Halloween movie. And that is very much Rob Zombie's Halloween movie. Rob Zombie's Halloween isn't even Rob Zombie's Halloween movie. The first 45 minutes are. And then the back half of that movie is just a fun recreation of Carpenter's. Halloween 2 is when Rob got to really get weird. And I dig it. Ghost Mom, Jeff, Deborah Myers, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Hey, what's up, Lost Boy Rob? I don't think the guy actually hates me. And if you can tell, I handled that, I think, with grace. Like, I don't care. I'm sure he was just kidding and just being funny. The only thing that bothered me about it is that he ignored me. Like it's like that Will Smith thing, like keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Like if you're going to bring me up, if you're going to do that, you should at least be able to, respond when I say, hey, what's up? Let's have a dialogue. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. CJ Santa with another $5 super chat. Dude, y'all are killing it with the super chats. Okay. Like, oh my God. I don't even know what this is like. I actually feel like a content creator, not just some guy like in his bedroom with a rinky dink setup. Well, I am still all of those things, but like, I actually like, this is wild. 5, 6, ZH2, and Ends all have dark connection psychic plot, which is why I love that stuff. Is that coincidence why you like those films too? I've found myself always liking in these long-running franchises when they try big swings. I'm not saying that it needs, like, that they're always going to land. They're not always going to land. But I will respect the hell out of trying something new. I also very much do prefer a psychological undercurrent to these movies. And all of those movies that you mentioned have that. So is it coincidence they're all in the top half of my franchise ranking? No. I'll give you an example. And by the way, thank you again for the super chat, CJ. I appreciate you. I'll give you an example right here, guys. I was talking about Phil. Phil's not a huge horror movie guy in the sense of like, a new one's coming out in theaters and Phil's like, guys, we got to go see this opening night. That's not really Phil's thing. Phil is very much a music guy, a gamer guy. I was the movie guy in my friend group. Like, that was me. I'd talk about shit that they didn't, half of them, like the things I talked about, they had no idea. But when we all lived together, I was like, yo, Phil, y'all got to watch this. I got to show you Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And being a guy that's not really a slasher fan or horror fan writ large, he walked away from it and was like, dude, that was awesome. Like, that was awesome. And I'm like, yeah, right? Like, it's all about trauma and PTSD. And yeah, it's nihilistic in the sense of like, it takes the approach of sometimes things don't always get better. Sometimes they get worse. Sometimes the bad guys win. Like, so it's a really, really tragic story, like really tragic story. But I love that. And it also feels more real because that Hollywood bullshit of, the final girl always wins and everything ends up okay and everyone ends up fine a year later. Like how many times do we have to see horror movies where people go through absolutely traumatic shit? And then a year later, we get a sequel and it's like, everything's great. We're good. We're having fun. What? Do you not remember what you just went through, homie? Like, I need to get locked up in the funny farm. You know what I mean? Like, for real? Robin, thank you for the $5 super chat. Loving all your Halloween content. As a rabid diehard fan for 27 years, I am all for it. 27, brother. If you know, you know. Phil knows. Hey, man. No. Don't thank me, okay? It takes absolutely nothing for me to get on this damn phone right here and record stuff. And look, guys, give you a little peek. That's all the video clips for the Halloween 4 one. They're all edited and trimmed. I just got to put them all together, slap the music in there, and we're good to go. There's your thumbnail for tomorrow's video. Get psyched for it. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. But yeah, no, this takes absolutely no effort from me. And I genuinely mean that. This is my bread and butter. I love this shit. I live for this shit. Yes, Ben, like that. Like where it's just like, you know what? But also, I mean, Karen kind of sucked. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Karen, Karen was no Josh Hartnett. She was definitely no, Danielle Harris. Karen, I love Judy Greer. Don't get me wrong. I actually kind of like her as Desjardins in the Carrie 2013 remake, which a lot of people felt like she was miscast in that. And I don't see it. I liked her. She came across like properly bitchy and also respectful and kind. So like I like Judy Greer. But Karen, nah. I'm sorry, Karen. Dylan, in some form or fashion, yes. I don't know if I'll do full long form videos because I've noticed before I tried to do this with season 1 of Chucky and people just weren't watching it. So I might just do shorts, like reaction to this episode of Welcome to Derry. But in some form or fashion, yes. Or I'll do a live stream and talk about it. But I will cover it. I will cover it in some form or fashion. You have my word. Matt, I ain't going to ban you. You had you had the best comment of the night. Meetup. That's the best comment of the night. Come on. And H2O has its problems. I feel like y'all got to give me some credit too. Even with these movies that I love in the franchise, like even if you guys hate them, and I know we don't agree on everything, that's fine. Y'all got to give me some credit though. I 100% always call out the flaws though. I don't think I ever excuse all of that. Like, I think I'm pretty fair about like H2. Like I said, not a fan of Ghost Mom, not a fan of the director's cut ending. Halloween 5, clown cops suck. Like, I feel like I'm pretty fair and balanced. I will call out the stuff that is like, okay, there's really no defense for this. I can't defend that. Robin again with another $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I know I'm on an island here, but I'm a big Tina fan. I love her bubbly attitude. She loved Jamie and died. Get this man a Team Tina t-shirt right now. Right now. One of my hottest takes, Robin, for the Halloween franchise is that Rachel is so inferior to Tina. And I just pissed somebody off. Somebody just heard that and they're like, get this dude out of here. I unplugged my headphones when I did that. Yeah. I went for it, y'all. Tina gave the ultimate sacrifice for Jamie. Okay. It is what it is. I understand. What up, Calico? How you doing? I understand that she's bubbly and she's over the top. And for some people, she grates on them. Totally get it. But to me, I look at that as she has far more personality. She is far more entertaining on screen. And she literally gives the greatest sacrifice that you can for another human being. Now, I'm not saying Rachel wouldn't have done the same thing, but we can't know. We can't know because it didn't happen in those movies. She did protect Jamie at the end of Halloween 4. Totally get that. But at Halloween 5, Tina knows she's a goner and she doesn't care. She does what she does to buy Jamie 5 seconds. 5 seconds. So that little girl can get away. stop hating on Jane or Tina. I'm going to do the, I need to do a Leave Tina Alone shirt. We got Team Tina shirts. Then we need to have fucking Leave Tina Alone with Chris Crocker crying. But yeah, look, Robin, you and I agree. You will not get pushback from me on that. And I feel like that's fair, Lord of Dogtown. She is a cult of personality. She really, really is. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I have been doing my damnedest. I've been trying so hard to get in touch with Wendy Foxworth. That's her last name now. I don't know if she's married or if she was married at the time and now she's not. Wendy Kaplan at the time in 89. I have been trying so hard to get in touch with her. I've tried her social media, but she is rarely, if at all, ever active on there. I mean, we're talking, I don't think she's posted on her Instagram in like 2 or 3 years. Tried to see if she has an agent. I didn't see an agent, but I did see a business email for her. Now, again, it's Google, so who knows how accurate it is, but I sent an email that way. Anybody watching right now, have any of you gone to like 25, 35, 40, 45 years of terror? Like, have any of you watching been to any of those cons? Because I was Wendy at any of them. I can't remember if she was. And I mean, if she was, then that's my bad. I'm wrong. But it's hard. It's hard. I'm trying to get in touch with her because I don't think, you guys know, if there was one YouTuber that was going to get a sit-down interview with Wendy Kaplan, it'd be me. Okay? And I will die trying if I have to. Here's the thing, J Money. I'll do a little flex just because I think it's funny because it still blows my mind. Where's it at? I'm not going to show you his number. I got Sean Clark's number. Like Sean is a friend. I don't do that though. And Christian and I talked about that. Because Sean, I got a good relationship with Sean. We've had him on the podcast multiple times now for 3 hours at a time, every single time. And then we talk like an hour afterward, like in the virtual green room when we're done recording. And he is a great dude. I love Sean to death, but I never want it to be about that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Sean could probably connect us with people sometimes if we asked him. And I don't think he'd be opposed to it, but out of respect, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want Sean to ever get the impression that that's why, because that's not why we're friendly. That's not why. That's not how that started. I looked up to Sean for years as a horror collector, as a horror aficionado. I was watching Horror's Hallowed Grounds when I was, a preteen, and I wanted to be Sean Clark. So the fact that I got to collaborate with him multiple times now and talk to him on the phone and stuff, like in personal conversations, once, but still, it kind of blows my mind. Like, Sean is, he's a really, really cool dude. And, I never want to give that impression. Who is the most famous person you slid into the DMs for? Do you mean like someone's DMs I slid into? Like the most famous person that I messaged? Shit. Oh man. People are probably gonna laugh. Hey, yeah, cool, Jay Diamond. That's awesome. Sean has a great channel. Literally, like, he is all of us, what we all aspire to be. Sean gets to live that life. Most famous person I have sent a DM to, I guess tagging someone is technically a DM because it gets sent to him as a DM. I'm gonna laugh. Probably Bieber. Yeah. You got it right. It's probably Bieber. Probably Bieber. I'm trying to think like the most famous person that like has acknowledged me though. Oh man. I've had some cool run-ins. Musicians over the years. Post Malone saw a story of mine once on Instagram that I tagged him in a while ago. Trying to think. Like I've had some like Ashley Lawrence, Rowan Campbell, Jamie Lee Curtis saw a story of mine once that I tagged her in. Yeah, but like never actually had like had conversations with them. But like honestly, I take that as a win. Like when I tag someone, because like it's like something to do with them. If I see that they saw it, that means that they physically saw the post. So in a way, I kind of take that as a little bit of a win because I'm like, you know, I exist. You know nothing about me. You'll probably never follow up with this, but you know I exist. Win. You know, Robin, I didn't care for Bieber until he like went through puberty and like became an adult in a lot of ways. I hated the stuff when he was a kid. Hated all of that music. And then I think the album Purpose when he was like 18 or 19 was the first time I was like, okay, this is a little more like R&B influenced. Like I can get kind of behind this. It feels more adult. And I've been a fan of his music largely ever since. I'm not really as much into the poppier stuff that he does. Like if it's too poppy, like But his last two albums, the Swag and Swag 2 or whatever, they're very, very much R&B, like very much R&B. And I dig that. I like that R&B style. No, she didn't respond, Jay Diamond, but she saw a story I tagged her in. Because when you like post a story, you can swipe up to see who's watched it. And if you like mention someone, this was a couple years ago, you mention someone in the story, it gets sent to them as a DM that, hey, so-and-so tagged you in this. And they have to physically see that. Like they have to click on it and see. So, and she saw that. And I was like, oh, you know, I appreciate you replying to my comments on the vids. Hey, no need to thank me. Yeah, I'm going to do that for October. 5 scariest Michael moments, 5 to 10. I was thinking about Michael or just like writ large in the franchise, but yes, I will. I would like to know some of Nick's fave bands. Linkin Park, probably my all-time favorite band. And yes, I am someone that is cool, more than cool with Emily in the band, which this is coming from somebody that idolized Chester Bennington and was not at all. I never thought that band would come back, and I felt like that was probably for the best too. But I actually really dig the sound with her as well. So probably Linkin Park, my all-time, right there with Metallica in terms of all-time. Did I forget a super chat, y'all? See, I'm not used to this. Oh, it's Tony, $4.99. Thank you, buddy. Hey, I thought about giving the Carrie remake another shot because I wasn't crazy on it when I first saw it. Here's the deal, Tony. Since I'm doing that Ring 2 video, you need to do that. You need to give Carrie 2013 another shot. Okay? That's our deal. Because I really haven't heard many people say they didn't, like they hated it. A lot of people say, oh, it's unnecessary, whatever. But, you know, I would give it a shot because I feel like at worst you'll walk away from it being like, it was fine, whatever. Have you ever thought about having a booth? Okay. And so here's the thing. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. I have not thought about that yet because I'll be honest with you. I saw We Watched a Movie did that. And I met Mike and Jay at Scarefest a couple years ago, and me and Christian just got to bullshitting with them. We actually had Mike and Jay on the podcast a couple years ago. They're great dudes. And, you know, we were in talking to Mike about it. He's like, I mean, you never know, man. Like some days you hardly get anybody coming up here. And then some days you get a shitload. I mean, there's just no rhyme or reason to it. And that's a big channel. You know, they got almost 200,000 subs. So, but having said that, Halloween 50 Years of Terror, I will be there. I will be there. And by then, I mean, who knows where my channel will be then, but I'm sure a lot of you that will be at 50 Years of Terror will recognize me. And we'll probably, so maybe that'd be cool to meet people there and take photos and stuff. Because I know a lot of people are, I'm damn near getting to the point where people are gonna like, this is the Halloween guy. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. We'll see where we're at with 50, but I'll be at 50. So I'm sure a lot of people at 50 will recognize me because they'll be like, yeah, that's the guy that did like 150 Halloween videos in a row. I'm like, this guy, what? Will I be doing a film schedule for October in the build up to Halloween? Do you mean in the form of like a video? Let me know what you mean, because I've had a couple people ask me that, and I don't want to assume anything. So let me know. My take on Psycho 2, really dig Psycho 2 a lot. The fact that they were able to take our antagonist and make us sympathetic and almost root for him in the sequel after who he was in the first movie, that's good shit. I really, really like Psycho 2. Okay, other bands. So like all time, it's Linkin Park, it's Metallica. I would say AC/DC's in there too, right up there for like all time. And then more like since I've been a teenager and on, I mean, I grew up in the 2000s, so I was very much a Warped Tour kid. So if you were a Warped Tour kid, you'd know a lot of these bands, like Sleeping with Sirens, Icy Stars, Beartooth. Oh God, Phil, help me out here. What am I missing? Oh, Issues at the time, R.I.P. Woe Is Me. I do love Green Day. I fucking love My Chemical Romance. I've loved My Chemical Romance since I was a kid. Which I have a story about tickets for that reunion tour back right before COVID that I'm still not over, mind you. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of bands like that. I used to like Memphis Mayfire a lot, and their singer Maddie Mullins is a dick, which is honestly funny. Maddie, I'm probably more popular than you are now, and I'm not shit. So, yeah, there's I mean, I could even just go through like what I have on my phone. The Amity Affliction. How did I miss the Amity? I love the Amity Affliction. Absolutely. Eminem, I know he's not a band, but I love Eminem. Really liked Attila when I was a teenager and early adult. Not so much now. I mean, they're fun to listen to, like when you're drinking with your buddies, but not great music. Favorite Linkin Park song is Leave Out All the Rest. And I actually have said that needs to be at my like my funeral or my visitation. I've already told my friends that. Like if I die and you guys are still alive, I want that song played at, something to do with my funeral, visitation, whatever. Leave Out All the Rest is my favorite song by Linkin Park. Yeah. Do you like Hellraiser Judgment? I appreciate Hellraiser Judgment, and I don't dislike it. I'm not trying to give you a political answer here. Hellraiser Judgment is one of those movies where it's almost impossible to adequately grade it because it did not have the resources it needed. Gary Tunnicliffe had great ideas, and we've had Gary on the podcast. Fantastic makeup effects guy, great writer. I think it's a solid director too. And he has a love for Hellraiser, clearly, like just a love for them, for the movies, and obviously he's been a part of it since part 3-ish, 4. But it needed a bigger budget. It really, really did. It needed a bigger budget, and so that's a bummer. But I do think it had a lot of solid ideas there. Also, God, I forgot to mention System of a Down, one of my favorite bands. Like I absolutely love Sode, and I honestly was kind of bummed. I know they came out with those songs in 20 or 2021 about the Armenian genocide after Surge said they weren't going to make music anymore. And then obviously that meant a lot to them, and they did it to like raise awareness and charity and whatnot. But I didn't really care for the songs. You know, I was kind of excited to be like, oh my God, System of a Down, like this is awesome. And I don't know, just didn't feel the same. So maybe it's for the best that, you know, they don't make new music anymore. I don't know. Yeah, huge fan of Creed. Unironically, love Creed. Don't care what anybody says. I will fucking jam Full Circle. That's a great record. I don't care. Everybody wants to go, oh, Human Clay. Yeah, we get it. But Full Circle slaps, man. Like, it needs to get more attention. It really does. Maiden, I love Maiden because I love Dickinson. One of my favorite vocalists. The range that he had was, in his prime, was just otherworldly. He was up there with like Rob Halford, where I would hear these dudes sing, and I'm like, how? Queen is another one. I love Queen. Oh, Rise Against. Phil, I went back the other day. I'm actually going to look at my most recent listens. I listened to the whole album the other day for the first time of not Appeal to Reason. I hadn't listened to Appeal to Reason front to back in probably a decade. And I listened to Appeal to Reason front to back for the first time in like 10 years. And that album is still literal perfection. Love Rise Against. I like Black Label Society. There's some Seether songs I like for sure. I know they get memed these days. People call them butt rock. But yeah. Look, I can't lie. Phil and I have actually talked about this. I'm still not there with Nickelback. I'm not. I'm sorry. But they do have some songs that I'll never forget. So I'll give them that, you know. But yeah. I also really liked the All American Rejects back in the day, Fall Out Boy, Hawthorne Heights. I'm like going through eras now of like, okay, well, in this time frame, I was a really big fan of this time period. And the ones that have stuck for me, the ones that I listen to like on a pretty much daily like rotation is like Icy Stars, Biebs. I'm going to be honest with you. I listen to Biebs literally all the time. Creed pretty damn regularly. Metallica pretty damn regularly. Been listening to Megadeth more recently. And don't worry, guys, I didn't just discover Megadeth. Been a Megadeth fan for a long time, but I just hadn't listened to them in a while. So I've been going back and listening to some of their stuff recently, and, you know, still dig Megadeth. Linkin Park is pretty regular rotation for me as well. Stone Temple Pilots, I like STP. And I was actually bummed when Chester came on board, and they were like, because in the sense that I thought they were going to like make a record, you know, with Chester Bennington as the vocalist, and they did like an EP, like a couple songs, but I was kind of bummed because I was like, I actually like the sound with Chester as well. And that was another one of those instances where it's like replacing a singer. I didn't know if I'd be down with it. Like, I didn't know if I'd vibe with it, but Chester Bennington was my favorite vocalist of all time, period. It's not even close. So, yeah, he can do no wrong. Favorite Linkin Park album? It's Meteora. Meteora is their best album. You know, I can go back and forth with people and say like, oh, well, you know, Hybrid Theory is fantastic. It is. Hybrid Theory is fantastic. I would even make the case that 1,000 Suns is fantastic. I would even make the case that Minutes to Midnight is pretty damn close to fantastic. There's a track or two I don't really care for, but like, great records. The Hunting Party, not a huge fan of. Surprisingly, I love One More Light as an album, and I have since it was released. And I remember I actually had tickets to see them that summer, and then Chester passed away, obviously, and I didn't go. But From Zero, their most recent one with Emily as the vocalist, it is really good. Like, really good. Ozzy, love Ozzy. You know, after he passed away, I went back and I was just listening to songs from my childhood. Bark at the Moon, Shot in the Dark, Crazy Train, like stuff that I had just, Mr. Crowley, like stuff that I'd played Guitar Hero to so many times. And like, yeah, I went back and was jamming his version of Hellraiser, which is not the superior version. Okay, Motorhead's version is better, but whatever. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right, y'all. Look, we've had 18 super chats. We've had hundreds of people come in here. It's been almost an hour and a half. I'm getting going. I'm sweating in this room, y'all. And work's texting me anyway. What's up, Jigsaw Rules? I'm sorry you're catching me at the end. Oh, Mama, I'm Coming Home. No, that song makes me feel, and then it makes me think about losing my mom. I'm not ready for that. So, yeah. But look, guys, thank you so much to everybody that chimed in tonight, for all the questions, for all the feedback, for all the new viewers, for everybody watching on the playback. If there was anything that we covered that you really stood out to you and you want to talk about, chime in the comments section. I can't promise I'll get right to it, but within 24 hours, I'll get to it. So join in on the conversation. Look, guys, y'all rule. I mean, seriously, this, I really do feel like in some small way, in some small corner of YouTube, I'm making a difference and making my mark. And that is, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So look, I love each and every one of y'all. You guys are killer. I mean, truly killer. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope whatever you do, it ends up being great. And know that your boy over here at the Lost River Drive-In is going to have a video for you every single day, because I love you and I just can't quit you, baby. So for all of you that stopped by or are watching back, take it easy. And until next time, I'm pulling out. Oh, yeah.
We stopped at a light, and so I'm walking in that field behind the Lost River Drive-In. Julie said he was so creepy.